To the other story that we are breaking, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has backed Donald Trump. He says sanctions against India are correct. This is as far as the 50% tariff imposed by US is concerned. Zelenskyy further adds that tariffs must be, slapped on nations that continue trade with Russia. So Volodymyr Zelenskyy, who has so far been calling up Prime Minister Narendra Modi, asking him to intervene, use his good office with Russian President Putin, is now, almost speaking the same language as Donald Trump, saying that any country which does business with Russia must be, willing to face sanctions. Zelenskyy has backed Donald Trump. He says sanctions on India are correct. Siddhant is here with me. Siddhant, just analyze this for us.
On one end, Ukraine is seeking India's help to speak to President Putin. In fact, when Prime Minister Modi met President Putin in Tianjin, perhaps that was the main focus area of his discussion in that meeting, how to get the Ukraine issue resolved. And on the other end, he is encouraging, President Zelenskyy is encouraging United States to impose tariff on countries who deal with Russia. So it's kind of a hypocrisy that has been shown by Ukrainian leadership by making such a statement. Also, Arunima, let's understand Zelensky's position also for a while. He's under immense pressure because it's only United States which perhaps is in a position to speak to President Putin directly, and after United States, it's India. So definitely he cannot be making a statement which Trump administration won't like. So he's under immense pressure also to support their policy of tariff, to support their actions of economic sanctions on countries. So that could also be one of the reasons that why he made this statement.
But India has chosen not to respond officially to everything that Donald Trump has been saying as far as tariff is concerned. Do you think it will be the same modus operandi as far as Zelenskyy is concerned? Will the spokesperson of Ministry of External Affairs react? What's your sense that you're getting from South Bloc?
Well, absolutely, Arunima. In fact, this is not the first time that President Zelenskyy has named India or said something which New Delhi may not like. In fact, in the past also, when President was Joseph Biden, at that point in time also, he made many such statements hitting directly at India for dealing with Russia, for maintaining ties with Russia, etc., etc. But here the point, Arunima, is that Zelenskyy also understands that. It's only New Delhi which has this unique position to speak both to President Putin and the European world. So, he is also very cautious while making statements against India. But definitely, as you rightly said, New Delhi never wants things to become back and forth between New Delhi and Kyiv or New Delhi and DC. New Delhi believes in solution to the Ukrainian crisis. New Delhi has always participated in the peace summit. Prime Minister Modi visited Ukraine. Prime Minister Modi told in 2020 to President Putin, this is not an era of war. So that has been the consistent position of New Delhi. So I believe that there could be a response from New Delhi, but New Delhi is very constructively contributing to the settlement of war in Europe.
Siddhant, before I let you go, would you agree that things are changing very fast for India, from a time when India was seen as the only player who could possibly help Russia and Ukraine resolve this issue, to now where clear lines are being drawn and India is increasingly being seen as in Russia's camp? Things are fast changing, you would say?
Well, Arunima, this is the perception of the Western world that India deals with Russia. Russia has business interests, so India will be siding with Russia. Also very important to understand that each time around India says this, that India's ties with Russia are time tested, and this relationship is not directed towards the third country. And India has always played a very constructive role. Prime Minister Modi not only visited Russia, but he also visited Ukraine last year. If Prime Minister Modi is in touch with President Putin, then he's also equally in touch with President Zelenskyy. In fact, EMS Jaishankar also spoke to the Ukrainian foreign minister the other day. So, it is not that India is completely siding with Russia, and perhaps that is what strategic autonomy is all about. And that is exactly what India wants world to understand. So as far as India's role is concerned, in fact, this is something which Polish Vice Foreign Minister told on record, that how Prime Minister Modi spoke to President Putin not to be using nuclear tactical weapons against Ukraine.
Right.
So, as far as Black Sea Grain Initiative is concerned, India played a very positive role there as well. So India has been playing a very positive and constructive role when it comes to bringing peace in Europe is concerned. And India has always been raising issues and concerns of the global south, that how the countries from the global south are getting impacted because of this conflict.
All right, Siddhant, do hold on. We're staying with our focus on the global affairs and India's role there.